Good early morning, everybody. It's April 10, 2024. Of course, I wanted to get this out to you guys sooner, but radio frequencies entered my home and knocked me out. And then I had to go visit my cats, take care of them, come back in here. And I received a permission from a targeted female who wants to remain anonymous on an email that she sent around to some people on my list. Staying safe as a targeted individual. But before I read that, please hit the thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And also, I wanted to let you guys know that in the news, a volcano, Stromboli volcano, erupted in Italy and triggered an earthquake of 2.3 on Sunday. And the volcano is off the coast of Sicily. And also there is a House Bill 2079 in Hawaii. It's literally like a kidnapping bill. If a parent does not promote gender affirming care, this bill gives permission for doctors to prescribe Schedule 3 and 4 drugs, including testosterone. And if the parents do not comply, this gives them legal right to literally kidnap your child and bring them to another location for these services. And they don't have to return the child after that. This could be out of state. That's House Bill 2079. Look it up for yourself. But anyway, let's talk about staying safe as a targeted individual. Over the past few years, I have experienced life-threatening problems as a result of being a targeted individual. I would like to share some of my experiences so that others in the group can stay safe from problems similar to what I have gone through. Please reply if you have additional advice or experiences that might be helpful for others to know about. If you hear a hum in the background, that's my laptop. Having a secure home or apartment is incredibly important as a targeted individual. Previously, I relied on normal locks to secure my apartment, but this proved to be a mistake when I was later victim to multiple break-ins. Most locks can be picked extremely quickly. Search for videos of expert locksmiths opening doors to see how unreliable they can be if the wrong person or group is trying to gain entry. Installing a bolt or bar that can't be opened from the outside has prevented anyone from breaking in while I'm at home. Yes, that's true, while you're at home. I also have experienced life-threatening issues as a result of break-ins that occurred while I was away from home. At first, I noticed subtle signs that somebody had broken in, such as objects being in slightly the wrong place, or else small things going missing. The worst thing I have encountered was coming home to find that my food, cosmetic products, and other items had been coated with chemicals meant to harm me. I noticed that a coffee cup had been moved, and when I cleaned it out, my fingers went numb and turned blue from cyanosis. I also immediately had a bitter, nasty taste in my mouth as the poison circulated through my bloodstream after entering from contact with my fingers. And later that night, I had serious heart issues that were almost fatal. This situation has happened to me more than once. I have had issues with food tampered with while I was away, and also with poisons being put into my bath soaps and onto my bed. I have formal training in the field of chemistry. She has both a Bachelor of Arts and a PhD, and would advise to be extremely careful about the possibility of being poisoned following a break-in. If any food or drink tastes different or abnormal in any way, don't risk it and throw it out, or keep it for analytical tests later. I would advise the same thing if you notice anything weird when using soap, shampoo, or anything else that normally comes in contact with your body. I have had chemicals placed into my hand soaps and shampoos that have caused my skin to go numb, and in some sensations of pain or burning, or else muscle convulsions. If you ever touch something that is slightly wet or oily, and then have a strong taste in your mouth, especially if it is accompanied by physiological symptoms such as increased heartbeat, nausea, dizziness, or anything at all outside of the ordinary, then assume that you have encountered a poison that has been made permeable to the skin, and take appropriate actions immediately. I would recommend seeking medical help and asking for advice about what to do after coming in contact with an unknown poison. In the absence of immediate medical help, rinsing the entire body with water for at least 15 minutes in a shower is the safety protocol that chemists use in the event of an accidental chemical exposure. For those interested, here is a review article about topical drug delivery mechanisms in the field of medicine. I'll read it to you. It's https://pubmed.ncbi.n as in Nancy, L, M as in Mary, .nih, which is the NIH, National Institute of Health, .gov, / and this is the document number, 3440-3750 /. It's awful that these techniques are being used to harm people by making poisoned skin permeable. The drug delivery systems were designed for things like making arthritis medicine that can be applied topically. I become very concerned when I hear TIs and activists describe seemingly benign cases of people breaking into their homes recently. I remember someone mentioning that their spoons were mysteriously stolen. I would caution anyone who has issues with the security of their home to be aware that any illegal entry is extremely alarming, and that the home or items it is in are not safe anymore if someone has broken in. Activists who are speaking out to defend our human rights should be especially careful to protect themselves from threats like these. Has anyone else has serious issues with safety as a targeted individual? So I responded to her, and I provided her with photos that I have kept of the food that was deliberately scratched, etched, rotted prematurely, molded prematurely, to demonstrate what I experience here. She also said when I responded back to her, she said, I've also had issues with poisoned food. She asked me, is the food tampered with while you are away from home? Are you getting groceries delivered to your house? Or do you go to a store to get them? She says that in her experience, anything that is shipped to her house gets tampered with. They might be soaking the vegetables in liquid that contains heavy metals or other harmful toxins. Also, be careful to watch out for signs that packages or containers have been opened and then resealed. The lengths that they will go through to hurt us breaks my heart. I hope you can find some way to protect yourself. And she says, it would be great if you wanted to read out the advice, though I prefer to stay anonymous. So I look forward to your questions and comments down below. And I will post in the community section some photos of the food tampering in rural Kentucky. Although my food was tampered with in New Jersey, but not to the extent or level that it's tampered with here. In New Jersey, I periodically had prematurely rotten food. They would tamper with hard-boiled eggs. They would crack them in the refrigerator. They would crack regular eggs in the refrigerator so that they would leak all over the refrigerator. They still do that here too. Something that happened this week, as you know, that they dump ants in my house. Well, what they did was I purchased brownies for the first time, and they were in an area where there are no ants. Well, I go to retrieve the box, and the box is filled with ants. Completely filled with ants. So anyway, that's what happens here. And it occurred to me that these insects that enter my house deliberately from these criminals, ants are very difficult. You cannot catch an ant and put them outside unless they're like on a piece of something and you could shake it outside. Otherwise, unfortunately, you have to unalive the ants. Generally, I will just touch it with my finger, An ant can't outdo, the weight of a finger. And then it occurred to me that these ants could be coated with a poison or a toxin. And each time I'm touching them, I'm getting their poison or toxin dermally transmitted to me. I don't know if this has happened to you guys. Please let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I look forward to hearing from you on that topic. I wanted to mention something else. Let's see. I was going to read this separately, but as long as I'm recording this and I'm only on 12 minutes here, I'm going to pull up some advice. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, advice from T.I. Paladin. This is advice for the targeted individual and gang stalking victim. It's a very thin book, and I have read some things from it before. One second. I have a bookmark here. I wanted to read this too. Oh yes, here it is. They discussed the black magic. What is black magic? You need to wrap your head around the concept of electronically enhanced, futuristic black magic. First, you need to grasp the concept that not everything is composed of energy, electromagnetic, including your thoughts and feelings. You also have to accept the concept that there are entities in this world that are unseen. You can call them demons, fallen angels, aliens, interdimensionals, ancient gods, whatever suits your personal worldview, but they do exist. My point of view is similar to how David Icke describes it. There are overlapping dimensions similar to radio stations. You can usually only tune into one station or reality at a time. Yet there are others still there in the air. You just can't perceive them. Black magic rituals sort of crosses the channels, allowing a different dimension to play out over yours and ours, creating sort of static. These beings from other dimensions have a deep need to influence the energy of our dimension. They have a need to feed their dimensional energy with our pain, fear, anger, and greed, as well as all of the other unpleasant emotions and attitudes. It gives them power. You need to take back your power. They do this through politics, religion, and the media. Even things as seemingly harmless as fashion, music, sports, and video games are used to manipulate our emotions, attitudes, and perceptions to program us into their group mind. This is low-level mind control. Since the advent of cable TV, they have been delivering certain brainwave entrainment frequencies and subliminal messages through the cable boxes. If you have cable TV, I would highly suggest getting rid of it. If you can't get rid of it, unplug and unhook it. TV is deliberate, programmed mind control. Traditionally, shamans and magicians use these interdimensional beings to do their bidding in a sort of partnership. A partnership that involves not only the task at hand, like a love spell, a money spell, but a unified quote-unquote agenda between the practitioner and the demonic alien. Black magic rituals and witchcraft somehow open up energy portals through which communication with these dark beings is facilitated, and also somehow feed these entities with the energy they need to operate in our reality. The magician gains power, influence, and wealth through these beings, and the beings gain access not only to our world, but to us. And what these entities want more than anything in this reality, which facilitates the operation most completely, is blending their dimension with ours in a human body. This is where the energy weapons, electronic mind control, and even implants come in. As stated before, these various dimensions, our world, our thoughts, our feelings, are comprised of a sort of electromagnetic energy, and by manipulating this energy, these dark entities can cross over into and influence our reality. They can even gain access to a human body. Ask yourself, if you were a modern-day satanic Luciferian cult controlled by entities seeking access to our world through energy portals, wouldn't you engage in high-tech, electronically assisted black magic? In fact, might you not place your people into universities and government agencies such as DARPA, where these technologies could be developed and ultimately used by the cult? There are even conspiracy theories that chemtrails and HARP are involved in opening up our dimensional energy energetically to their dimension. One component of chemtrails is aluminum dust, which has a mild electrical conductivity. So how does HARP, which is High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, react with that aluminum dust in the atmosphere? The Hadrian Collider in CERN, Switzerland, is also suspected to be a tool of this cult, which then whose express purpose is to open a direct portal to hell. So I'm going to end on that note. We can pick up on this another time. I'm tired. I hope everybody's doing well, and welcome newcomers. Welcome to the channel, and welcome everybody back to the channel. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you receive notifications when I'm uploading a video. And if you'd like to share any of my videos, feel free to do so. And I look forward to hearing from you down below. Signing off for now.